crazy, a conspiracy nut, is unqualified. He is, of course, none of those things. The opposite is true in every case. And it's possible that's why they took him out. But you can decide for yourself today, because Michael Flynn joins us in studio to describe what has happened to him. General, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
It's a real
it.
honor to be here.
And my apologies to you for taking so long to connect the dots in your case. There was just a flurry. Of course, your life was completely defined by what happened to you, but for the rest of us who are paid to watch what's happening to American society, there was just so much going on, and your case was wholly defined by your enemies, who acted with speed and maximum aggression, as they always do, and you were not speaking on your own behalf. And so they effectively defined you in your case, and it was only again when the evidence emerged that it became clear that they took out the National Security Advisor of the United States, and they did it purely for political reasons in a way that should terrify all of us. Anyway, I'm grateful that you're here, and I'm happy that you've emerged from all of this. Why do you think, and who do you think took you out as National Security Advisor?
So it's very clear now that the previous administration, previous to the Trump administration, so Barack Obama, Joe Biden, members of his team, members of Obama's team, they were definitely part of this whole thing. And it goes all the way down to the lead agents in the Crossfire Hurricane investigation. One of the fascinating documents I think is really worth pursuing and looking at for anybody that really wants to know this case. One of the lead agents by the name of Barnett in October of 2020, so not that long ago, I mean a year ago now, right? Barnett gave a testimony, 302, which is one of the FBI forms, and it's about 9 pages long, and it's essentially his testimony as to what, because I think he felt guilty. He was telling the court and the Attorney General what happened, and he waited until October of 2020 to do this. So this is the lead agent for Crossfire Hurricane. He was a guy that I met with a number of times, an FBI agent that I met with a number of times during my cooperating agreement. And he seemed like a decent guy, but I think he just got a guilt complex. And in the fall of 2020, October 2020, about a 9-page 302, and in it, he essentially says the entire effort was get Flynn to get Trump. Yeah. And I mean, it's that clear. And so when you think about what you described in May, I think that's really that's good clarity for viewers, because it took so many years for the truth to rise to the top. And the one thing that I always felt from the beginning, because I knew what was happening at that time, I felt it like, boy, these people are coming after me because they know they do not want me around Trump. They know what I know about them, and I'm talking about the CIA primarily, the intelligence community, parts of the Department of Defense, parts of the State Department, and many other elements within our government. And they did not want me advising President Trump in the most senior national security position in the United States of America. And so when I learned eventually, and I learned this even previous to Barnett, that the effort was to get Flynn to get Trump. I mean, he pretty much said that in his deposition. And as I think about that, and I think you said this in a couple of your commentaries over time, the American people, they saw through this from the very beginning, because it wasn't about Mike Flynn. It wasn't even about Donald Trump. It was about them. And when the left and the media started to attack the presidency of the United States of America, the American people saw that, hey, this is an attack on us.
Yes.
And thank God for me, because, and for my family and I, because the American people actually came to our aid. So in a funny way, the more quiet I was, because I just made the decision that I wasn't going to say anything until this whole mess was over with. But the more that they beat on me, the more that the media came and attacked me and called me all sorts of names, people dug more and more into my life and dug more and more into everything that surrounded what was happening. And it actually became a huge stain on the justice system in the United States of America. And this will, I'm not certain, Tucker, if this stain can ever be cleaned. I really don't, because you're talking about the National Security Advisor of the United States of America to the President of the United States. And it's an extraordinary, extraordinary assault on frankly, everything that we believe in this
on
country.
democracy itself.
Yeah.
And you have to ask, and this is ultimately what made me interested in your case, is why did they single you out?